Hello, so I wanted to make a couple videos today, and we're going to start with a Q&A. So today's Q&A is sponsored by, no, it's not sponsored, but I asked a few of you guys to give me some questions because I've been a little bit bored, you know? On days when I'm done all of my housework and I have nothing else to do and I'm not posting on social media, you know, it'd be cool to have a Q&A or something to do. So I figured I'd ask, and I wrote down all the questions that I've been given, and let's just get started. So Shalene asked, what were your favorite moments of 2017 and 18? Well, Shalene, that's a hard question to answer because there's so many things that I love from 2017-18. Moving here in 2017 was one of the coolest things that happened in my life in a long time. I felt super excited, and for the most part, I'm still excited. I love living here. I love the property. I love the house. I love the space. I love how happy my animals are. I love exploring things that are nearby. I love that I'm closer to places that I've wanted to go to for a long time that I couldn't go to because it would cost too much money and gas. There's so many things that are amazing. But if you're talking about vlog-wise, some of my favorite vlogs are the swim vlogs. Trying to think, there's so many. The art fair vlogs, mostly swimming. Swimming was probably my favorite thing so far. Hanging out with friends. There's a lot of stuff, and I'm happy that I have those videos, and I'm happy that I have those memories. I'm just happy that we're still here, you know? It's been 10 months now. It'll be 10 months. And we're getting closer and closer to it being a full year that we've lived here, which is crazy to me. Like I was saying before in another video, it both feels so quick, but it also feels like we've been here forever. It just feels right. It feels like home, and I'm hoping that it's going to be our home for at least another year, and then after that, we really want to buy a house. But yeah, to answer your question, there's so many amazing memories, but swim vlogs and other stuff like that are probably my favorite. Julie said, if you could go anywhere in the world for your dream vacation, where would it be and who would you bring with you? Well, wherever I go, I want to bring my Shawna because she's my bae and I don't drive. No, that's not why. It's because I love sharing every experience with her. So every adventure that we go on together are the best. I want to take her to Disney. I've been there twice, but she's never been out of the country. She's never flew. There's so many things that I want to do with her. I want to get on a plane, and I want to go to Disney, and I want to visit New York with her. I flew over New York and then was at JFK twice, but I've never been in New York, so that's something that we want to do together. And we also want to go visit Val. So those are the dream vacations I have. I don't have huge ones where I'm I want to go see the Colosseum, or I want to go to Paris, to the Eiffel Tower. I don't have dreams like that. I think it would be cool to see those things, but I don't know. That's not my thing. Julie also asked, if you could speak to a deceased person from your life for an hour, who would it be and what would you say to them? So if I could talk to anyone who passed away from my life, it would have to be my Uncle Jay, and I obviously haven't spoke to him in 10 years because he's been gone that long, which is crazy. It's coming up on 10 years. And I don't even know what we would talk about. I would just give him a hug, tell him that I love him, probably have to tell him who I am, unless he saw me transition, because I don't look the same. And I feel like it would be such a shock for him to just come back. I imagine him coming back to life, okay? And he just comes back present day. He hasn't been alive since 2008, so the music's different, everybody looks different. The way people are is different, the whole world has changed. So I can just imagine the shock that he would have just waking up from 2008 and being here in 2018. I don't have anything specific that I would want to talk to him about. I would just want to tell him that we love him and we miss him, and you know, we want him here. It sucks when people pass away. Julie also asked, if you could spend a day with someone famous, who would it be and why, and what would you say to them? Zeke's licking his butt. If I could spend the day with somebody famous, it would have to be Justin Bieber. And that's just because it's the first person who came to my mind. I don't know. I don't really care about meeting famous people, but I think it'd be cool to meet Justin Bieber and ask him to sing to me. Like, not... That's kind of weird. Just sing for me. I don't know. And if it wasn't Justin, it would have to be Shay Carl Butler, because he's my favorite dude, like, ever. I don't want to say hero, because he's not, like, really a hero, but he's an inspiration, and I really look up to him, and I think he's a really awesome guy. Who is your idol? See, I don't have any idols, but if we were talking about people that I look up to, it would have to be Shay, and there's so many reasons why, but we'll just leave it at that. Cindy asked, what was your best moment of... I'm going to start over because I can't read and I can't speak, and I don't know why I'm using this accent. Cindy asked, what was your best moment of the summer? I have so many best moments of the summer, but one of them was, and like I can still see it in my mind freshly, we were at the place that we used to go swimming at with the big waterfall, and this was like either the first day or one of the first times that we started going under it. Like, you can get under the waterfall and obviously breathe and stuff because there's like air and space. And Shawna and I went over there, and then we were trying to get Jessie in. So Jessie, she passed Jessie to me, and then I was holding her up and we were under it together. And it was just one of those moments where it felt like time slowed down and everything was so happy. And I don't know why. It was just something so simple, but she just looked so happy in that moment, and I was also happy, and it was just really cool. And then either that day or another day, I can't remember because we've gone there so many times that it just like all melts together. Shawna and I think either Jake or Noah, I think it was Jake, they were under the waterfall so they couldn't see us, and Jesse and I were over by, there's like a slant, and I was gonna jump off the top thing for the first time. And it's kind of funny because what we jump off now at the new place is way, way higher, but like it was a big deal at the time. And I told Jessie that if she did it, I would do it. She got scared, so she didn't want to do it. And I was like, okay, well, I promised you that I was gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it. So I did it, and she was the only one to see me do that for the first time. Excuse me. Get along. So those are like two really awesome moments. Also going to the wildlife park and going, just everything. I have too many things. We'd be here all day. Cindy also said, what's your favorite place to be? Antigonish in general. I love the town. I love that I live here now, and it just feels good. It feels like home. It feels like I was meant to be here. I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. Cindy also asked, what should Santa bring you for Christmas this year? Santa should bring me a G7X because this camera is getting really crappy and I want to continue doing YouTube vlogs. And I know that the G7X is really old now because there's like the Mark II and then a whole bunch of other things after that. So hopefully it'll be within Santa's price range. Zeke. He's scratching at the carpet to get a comfy spot. Dogs. Becca asked, and this isn't like Toria's friend Becca, this is a different Becca, said, do you have any big plans in the next 2 years? So in the next 2 years, this is what I definitely want and need. A family. So we want to start having kids. Some people ask how many kids do we want. Shawna wants 2, I want like 4 or 6. But to have 4 or 6 kids, you got to have lots of monies, so we don't have that. So, you know, whatever we end up with, as long as it's 2, is good for me. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like every child should have a sibling. So we want to at least have 2. And we also want to own a house, and Shawna's actually working on that right now. Hi. Hi, I love you. Can we talk later? Oh, can you come back later? Go that way. Scoot on by, bye-bye. Go play with your brother. That's why we have you guys. So you'll have each other. Get out, go. Leave. Leave. Okay, Becca also asked, well, she just said travel, so I assume, do you want to travel? Yeah, I do want to travel, but not really as much as I want to have a family and a house. And then in brackets, it says come to BC. I do want to go to BC eventually. I want to see killer whales, like orcas, because they're like my favorite. And I think it'd be really cool to go to BC and see that. And, you know, the mountains and all that stuff. Stuff I've never seen. I've never gone out west. And then she said, a mortgage, yes, we want to get a home, so mortgage. And marriage, we do want to get married, we're just not sure when or how or, you know, the specifics. She wants to have a wedding where her family's there, which is kind of normal. I want to have a wedding where it's like just me and her. And it's not because I don't like her family, because I love her family. I'm really anxious about having a whole bunch of people like staring at us and like things being centered around us. It freaks me out a little bit. So I don't know when we're gonna get married, but I know that we're one step closer because my gender marker's been changed. Zeke, sit down. And I guess I already answered that question because the next question was, do you and Shawna plan on having kids? Yes. And then what are some goals that you hope to fulfill in the next year or so? I want Shawna to be pregnant, and I want her credit to be built very well and to be able to get a mortgage. We're probably not going to be getting a mortgage within the next year, but we're hoping like within the next like year and a half that it'll work out that way. Maybe within the next year, not this year, but between August now and next August, yes, I think that we'll be able to get a home, hopefully. I don't know. I don't know things. So then Val asked a whole bunch of questions, and her first question was, when are you coming to the US for a vacation? We want to go to your house within the next year. We just don't know if we're able to save because we're living on one income, and I feel completely terrible about that, and we can talk about that in another video, but I feel like a lot of people know that I don't enjoy not having a job, and I don't enjoy having anxiety and depression and all these mental issues, but it's holding us back right now. We're fine when it comes to getting all the bills paid and being fed and the animals are taken care of and everything's good, but we can't like have a savings. It's just paycheck to paycheck because it's only Shawna working. So it sucks, but we're hoping that things will improve. I'm hoping that I will improve and that we'll figure out a solution for me to make money legally. Not that I'm making it illegally, because I'm not making any money, but I want a job. I don't know how to go about it yet. And I'm gonna look into all of my options. Val also asked, what do you like or dislike most about social media? I like the positive stuff, like when people are posting pictures and videos and all that stuff, and it's like positive and it's like happy. What I don't like is drama and other negative stuff, because I feel like the drama is damaging to everybody, because like you surround yourself with it and then it just becomes like what you associate with, and it makes you think differently. I feel like when you're in positive situations, you're more likely to think positive. When you're in negative situations, you're more likely to think negative. The drama that social media can contain can really like pull you to that negative side, and I don't like that. Are there any topics that you stay away from on social media to avoid controversy? Yeah, I do, and I think that I'm gonna do that even more now, like coming back to social media. And the reason why is because I just don't want to be wrapped up in it. Talking about abortion, religion, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of things that I've talked about, and there's people who feel really strongly about it on this side and that side, and you kind of just get stuck where some people are hating on you and then other people are like praising you, and I just don't want to be in the middle of it. I don't feel like I need to be. So I am going to stay away from some subjects. I really don't want to talk about religion on social media like ever again. So that's a big one. How has your life changed since your move? So much. We have so much space. We have a huge yard. The dogs are happier. I don't know if Zoe's happier because she's a cat and she just kind of sleeps. And as long as she has a place to sleep, she's good. But I think she's happy. I think we're all happy. And I love living next to the town that we're living next to now. And things are a lot better and more peaceful. And I like going to visit family, and it makes times there more special because we're not there all the time. And you know, it's just, everything's good. I love life. John asked, what are your top 3 goals looking ahead to 2019? Shawna getting pregnant, Shawna getting a mortgage, and me doing better with my mental health. I'm doing pretty well right now. I can go shopping, I can go out to eat, I can go for long car rides, I can be in public. The thing that I struggle with a lot though is being alone. And by alone I don't mean like no other humans. I mean if Shawna isn't nearby and I can't get to her, or another family member that I trust, I go into panic mode and I can't focus, and I feel like I'm gonna pee myself, and a whole bunch of other things that come along with anxiety. I am not good at being alone. I did go for a walk, 2 walks in town, but Shawna was like around the corner, and I walked like 2 blocks, so she wasn't like far, like I could get to her within 10 minutes. And if I was running, it'd be like 5 minutes. But I did that and I was okay, but I know that I can't like go shopping alone, and I can't like buy stuff by myself, and there's a whole bunch of things that I haven't done in so long that really terrify me. So I want to work on that more and more and more. Patty asked, how did you feel when you got your gender marker change in the mail? Well, Patty, I felt amazing, and I couldn't believe that it finally happened, and that part of worrying is over. I just have to get my health card in the mail. I don't know where to get the forms, so I have to ask somebody about that, but I'll get a new health card. And my ID is already good. It's good until next year, which is awesome, because when I go to renew it, I don't have to worry about like if the person who works there if they were being nice, they could put male again, or they could have put female if they wanted to mess things up for me. So I'm glad that they can't do that now. I don't know, it's almost surreal, because it's like you wait so long for something to happen, and then when it finally happens, it's like, wow, that's done. So, been on hormones for almost 6 years, and you know, my name's been changed legally for 5, and now my gender marker's changed. The last thing that I need to do concerning gender issues is top surgery, and I'm really seriously considering it for very soon. So I'm working on the weight loss now, and then as soon as I can hold a steady weight, I say 180 and lower, as soon as I can do that for 3 months, that's when I want to be put on the list. I don't want to be put on the list beforehand, because I'm worried that I'll gain weight in the process, and then I'll have all this loose skin around here, because they can remove that when they're doing my chest, because it's easier that way. If I get the surgery done while I'm still big and then lose weight, I'll have like the dog ears and just loose skin and stuff, and I don't want to deal with that. So whatever I can do to make it better is what I need to do beforehand, and that's losing weight now. So thank you guys so much for your questions, and I'll see you in the next video, and you know, take care of yourself.